Who is the team leader of Chandrayaan-3? Mohana Kumar, Mission Director, Chandrayaan team, a senior scientist at the Vikram Sarabhai Space Centre, VSSC, in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Mr. Kumar is a graduate of the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and holds a PhD in aerospace engineering from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Objectives: ISRO set the following mission objectives for the Chandrayaan-3 mission. Getting a lander to land safely and softly on the surface of the moon. Observing and demonstrating the rover's driving capabilities on the moon. Conducting and observing experiments on the materials available on the lunar surface to better understand the composition of the moon. Spacecraft design. Chandrayaan team comprised three main components. Propulsion module. The propulsion module carries the lander and rover configuration to a 100 km lunar orbit. It is a box-like structure with a large solar panel mounted on one side and a cylindrical mounting structure for the lander on top. Lander. The Vikram lander is responsible for the soft landing on the moon. It is also box-shaped, with 4 landing legs and 4 landing thrusters capable of producing 800 newtons of thrust each. It carries the rover and various scientific instruments to perform on-site analysis. The lander for Chandrayaan-3 has 4 variable thrust engines with slew rate changing capabilities, unlike Chandrayaan-2's lander, which had 5, with the 5th one being centrally mounted and capable only of fixed thrust. One of the main reasons for Chandrayaan to landing failure, attitude increase during the camera coasting phase, was removed by allowing the lander to control attitude and thrust during all phases of descent. Attitude correction rate is increased from Chandrayaan-2's 10s to 25s with Chandrayaan-3. Additionally, the Chandrayaan-3 lander will be equipped with a laser Doppler velocimeter to allow measuring attitude in 3 directions. The impact legs have been made stronger compared to Chandrayaan-2 and instrumentation redundancy has been improved. It will target a more precise 4 km landing region based on images previously provided by the orbiter high-resolution camera on board Chandrayaan-2's orbiter. ISRO improved the structural rigidity, increased polling in instruments, increased data frequency and transmission, and added additional multiple contingency systems to improve lander survivability in the event of failures during descent and landing. Rover. The Pragyan rover is a 6-wheeled vehicle with a mass of 26 kg, 57 pounds. It is 917 mm, 3.009 feet, x 750 mm in size. The rover is expected to take multiple measurements to support research into the composition of the lunar surface, the presence of water ice in the lunar soil, the history of lunar impacts, and the evolution of the moon's atmosphere. Payloads. Lander. Chandra's surface thermophysical experiment will measure the thermal conductivity and temperature of the lunar surface. Instrument for lunar seismic activity will measure the seismicity around the landing site. LandMe probe will estimate near-surface plasma density over time. Rover. Alpha particle X-ray spectrometer will derive the chemical composition and infer mineralogical composition of the lunar surface. Laser-induced breakdown spectroscope will determine the elemental composition of lunar soil and rocks around the lunar landing site. Propulsion module. Spectropolarimetry of habitable planet Earth, shape, will study spectral and polarimetric measurements of Earth from the lunar orbit in the near-infrared wavelength range. Launch. LVM-3M4, Chandrayaan-3 launch vehicle lifting off from the second launch pad of Sriharikota. Chandrayaan-3 was launched aboard an LVM-3M4 rocket on 14 July 2023 at दोपहर के 2:35 IST from Satish Dhawan Space Centre second launch pad in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh, India, entering an Earth parking orbit with a perigee of 170 km, 106 mi, and an apogee of 36,500 km, 22,680 mi. Orbit. After a series of maneuvers that placed Chandrayaan-3 in a translunar injection orbit, 30, 31, 32, ISRO performed a lunar orbit insertion (LOI) on 5 August, successfully placing the Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft into orbit around the moon. The LOI operation was carried out from the ISRO telemetry, tracking, and command network located in Bangalore. On 17 August, the Vikram lander separated from the propulsion module to begin the last phase of the mission. On 23 August 2023, as the lander approached the low point of its orbit, its 4 engines fired as a braking maneuver at 30 kilometres, 19 mi, above the moon's surface. After 11.5 minutes, the lander was 7.2 kilometers, 4.5 mil, above the surface. It maintained its altitude for about 10 seconds, then stabilized itself using 8 smaller thrusters and rotated from a horizontal to a vertical position while continuing its descent. It then used 2 of its 4 engines to slow its descent to roughly 150 meters, 490 feet. It hovered there for about 30 seconds before continuing downward and touching down at 12:32 UTC. Mission life. Propulsion module carries lander and rover to 100 by 100 kilometers, 62 mi 62 mi, orbit, with operation of experimental payload for up to 6 months. Lander module, 1 lunar day, 14 Earth days. Rover module, 1 lunar day, 14 Earth days. Team. ISRO Chairperson, S. Somanath. Mission Director, S. Mohana Kumar. Associate Mission Director, G. Narayanan. Project Director, P. Veermuthuvel. Deputy Project Director, Kalpana K. Vehicle Director, Biju C. Thomas. Funding. In December 2019, ISRO requested the initial funding of the project, amounting to 75 crore, US $9.4 million, out of which 60 crore, US $7.5 million, would be for meeting expenditure towards machinery, equipment, and other capital expenditure, while the remaining 15 crore, US $1.9 million, was sought for operating expenditure. Confirming the existence of the project, ISRO's former chairman K. Sivan stated that the estimated cost would be around 615 crore, equivalent to 721 crore or $90 million in 2023.